Hello, hello, you beautiful soul. So I had the most powerful message I have ever received for the Divine Feminines. So, Divine Feminines, listen up. This actually started coming in yesterday and it wiped me smooth out. Okay, I was just like naps, power naps, power naps. Because I was getting so much information and it continued on today. Okay. But honey, let me tell you, I see you. Okay, I see you. We're here. Okay, I got you. You have been being prepared. Okay, I was getting the book of Esther. Okay, the book of Esther, where these women would prepare 12 months, right? 6 months with oils of myrrh, 6 months of perfumes to prepare, to purify, to prepare. Really, it's heavy on the preparation. To align you with divinity, right? To, wow, I can, oh my gosh, this is so much. Okay. Preparations for what, right? Why did these women prepare for an entire year? It was so that they were pure enough to step into the royal courts. 144 as I'm saying this. And for you, okay, this message for you, you have been being prepared, okay? And Spirit just reminded me, thank you, Spirit, of the eclipse that happened last year, okay? I was one of the Divine Feminines that stepped through this portal. It's been a year now, literally a year. And chose to willingly step into my power, my purpose, and all of these things, right? And it has been an incredible year of growth and transformation, right? And purification. And wow, so maybe you were one of the Divine Feminines who chose to begin this walk of full accountability, purification, and preparation to step into these royal courts, right? But did you know, let me tell you something, did you know the reason you were stepping into this royal court is because, honey, it is your coronation. This is your coronation. You are being crowned. And this morning at school drop-off, I actually saw the vehicle in front of me had the license plate that said Queen Bee on it, right? I know there are a lot of women around here that like to walk around and call themselves a queen, but we can't all be queens. We can in the spirit, but there are a collective of divine feminines right now that are being crowned, okay? I just kept seeing the word glory, right? And, okay, I'm gonna get a little personal here, but Spirit's like, it's okay, just do it. I was getting the word worshipped, right? And right now I'm like getting this story and I'm a little shy to to admit this, but I'll be honest. I always felt this feeling of being royal, right? Being royalty. And it was just an inner knowing. It never came from an ego space. It wasn't something that I thought and I was convincing myself of, oh, I'm royalty. It was just an inner knowing, an inner feeling that I was truly divine, and it was my responsibility to take accountability for this, right? So in past relationships with both of my exes, I told them something that, you know, was like my greatest fantasy. You know, they're like, oh, what's your fantasy, all this other kind of stuff. I'll tell you, I want to be completely and utterly worshipped from my head to my toe. Every cell in my body, every hair on my head, every freckle, every inch of me, I want to be worshipped and loved and respected, right? And that's not typically what a 3D man is going to see as super, whatever, right? An unhealed man is not going to be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to do, right? They're like, why do you feel so entitled to this? Worship. Because it's in here, right? I knew it was in there. That's all I've ever wanted, is to be completely, truly, and utterly respected and loved, right? And the lack of that in my relationships, I'm not saying they were bad guys, right? We're not talking bad about anybody. I'm just saying that there was a lack there because I wasn't worshiping myself, right? And you know this, you've been worshiping yourself this last year, and especially since this new year has begun, right? Or begun, however you say that. You have truly been worshiping yourself, taking care of yourself, honoring yourself, and loving yourself, right? And you deserve every ounce of worship. Okay. And yesterday, I had this most powerful moment, just like with God. It was like me, it was just being the Trinity all in one, right? The masculine, the feminine, the child, the everything, and worshiping the mother, worshiping the divine feminine, and being grateful for the masculine and being grateful for this experience, but truly honoring the divine feminine. And wow, you are the most magnificent and beautiful being. Okay, the divine feminine. You carry this sacred energy, right? And now you have learned to step into that energy. You've learned to step into your power and balance that, right? And so you have earned this crown. You have burned away everything that doesn't serve you. And you have taken full accountability for yourself, for your experience, and for your soul purpose. So I was getting this message that you feel the truth, right? You feel the truth. You are the truth. The divine feminine is the truth. And you feel this inner knowing, right? And programming tells us that feelings are not facts, right? Yes, I can see how that could apply psychologically in terms of your emotions and not being healed from traumas and allowing unhealed versions of yourself project these emotions onto other people. But there's a difference between these emotions, unhealed emotions, and a healed divine feminine being that is in full alignment with her inner knowing, her inner guidance, right? Her intuition, the truth. And so, yes, some could say and argue that feelings are not facts, but as a divine feminine, you know the difference between these feelings and your intuition, your inner knowing, and it is truth, right? Maybe you experience, I say maybe, more than likely, I would be willing to bet that you have experienced the masculine gaslighting you, or what it seemed like they're gaslighting you, right? Because you're like, I see something, I feel something, I know something, this or that. But a masculine will deny 911 as I look up, deny that inner knowing until they have their own awakening and their Shakti rises and burns all these things away for them, right? But you see it and you say things. I know I've done this in every relationship I've ever been in, romantic, platonic. I see, I feel, I know, and I ask questions. I seek clarity, I seek truth. And some people just aren't willing to be honest with themselves, so they couldn't possibly be honest with me. But I know and sense that dishonesty, right? And it seems like gaslighting. Sometimes it is on purpose. Sometimes people, men, right, unhealed masculines, will not want to deal with what they're feeling, and they just put their mask on and they're like in denial. They don't want to face themselves, right, and what they're feeling, what their intuition is telling them. And so they tell you they don't feel anything. Some of them do it on purpose. Some of them just do it because they're just so heavily programmed and conditioned to react and respond in these ways. But no worries, because all of this stuff is being transmuted, and the divine masculine is rising too, right? They're rising with us. We're rising together. This is a thing that is happening at the same time. And why is that? It's because I was getting this stick analogy with both messages for the divine masculine, which I already recorded. And if y'all want to watch that just for good fun, you can. But I was getting it for the women too. And it's like, why is this stick rising at once? And it's because we're both two ends of the same stick, right? We are the masculine, we are the feminine, and we're one stick. We're one soul. And so whenever we rise, the divine masculine rises as well. It just doesn't look the same, right? It's a polar opposite experience. And wow. So you're being crowned, right? You're being crowned, and you are absolutely 100% confirmation worthy of this, okay? And I was getting this energy about your body, right? Maybe in the past you had experienced wounded masculines that allowed you to feel uncomfortable in your body, in your skin, right? Especially the mothers. You know how much your body changes after you have children. Trust me, I understand. I have 5 of them, and your girl went through so many changes and was mishandled by masculine energies because I didn't feel comfortable and confident within myself, right? So I was attracting these experiences where I would physically, in this 3-dimensional reality, get to not feel comfortable, right? But you have just learned to appreciate your body and everything that it has done. Whether you're a mother or not, your body is amazing and it's perfect, and it's so divinely handcrafted. Another email confirmation. You're so divinely handcrafted by God, okay? Every curve of you, every bit of you, honey, is, it is so tasty. Why? Because you are a physical manifestation of the most high divine feminine energy. It is all energy. You're beautiful. You're magnetic. You're amazing. And you're pure, right? You're pure and prepared to accept this crown that you have earned. And also, to wrap it up, the very last thing that I was getting is that you, and you'll note that this message is for you by this very clear confirmation, okay? You are so divine. Your divine feminine energy is like fairy dust wherever you go, right? You have done so much inner work that whenever you go out into, you know, this outer reality, you are met with nothing but pure love from the divine masculine energy within each person, right? Like, you can just go through, and the divine masculines, all the masculines are just so willing and ready to serve you and love you and appreciate you and lift you up and hold space for you. All of these things, right? You'll know that. You go to a place, and another confirmation, 1444, as I say this, and I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I go to the gas station, and I needed to go in, so I walk up to the door, and there's 2 gentlemen, one of which opened the door for me and the other one stood back. And the one that opened the door was like, I know that he was like, yeah, you better have like taken a step back and let her go first, right? Like, he had a straight attitude with that other guy, thinking that he wasn't paying attention to see this 1515 amazing creature walking through, the one who should be held, you know, have the door held open for, right? Like, he could see that. And he stopped his friend in his tracks. Although his friend seemed like he wasn't paying attention because he was on his phone, he could feel me, and he stopped, right? And honored me enough to just simply open the door, step back, and allow me to enter the space. And so you're experiencing that, right? Like, everywhere you go, you're like fairy dust, okay? You're sprinkling your beautiful divine feminine energy and allowing it to activate the divine masculine for other people. This is your purpose, right? You're stepping fully into your purpose, and you're so beautiful, you're so needed, you're so wanted, and truly worthy to be honored and respected, right? But you already know this, right? You're not playing any games, you're not entertaining folks, you're not, none of that. You're doing everything for yourself. You don't need external validation because you found it within yourself. Honey, you're a queen. Galactic royalty is what I was getting. Galactic royalty. Cosmic royalty. You are royal, and you're pure, like I said, and prepared for this coronation. I love you.